Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Nick Games. And today we're going to be talking about the changes to Mayhem that actually weren't posted on any blue post, which is quite interesting because a change like this should have definitely been mentioned because before it wasn't working as intended. Now it seems to be working as intended. Basically, the spell I'm talking about is Mayhem. It's the alternative to the playstyle of Havoc. Mayhem is basically just a Havoc every 5 to 8 seconds average like basis, and it lasts for 5 seconds. The changes to it are this: it can no longer proc multiples on many targets, but the upside is it no longer procs on the current target that you're targeting. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is because before, when you were playing Mayhem, before the pre-patch release on retail, is because you would actually have to tab target or retarget another mob during AoE sessions, and it was just making it feel really clunky, really bad to play, and overall it just wasn't a talent I would say that you would take in AoE settings or in Plus. But after the changes and the fixes to it, I honestly think Mayhem is as good, if not better, than Havoc at this point. Now, we're going to go over the changes, how it feels, the breakdown of the duration, and the damage of what it does. Let's get into it. Alright, so to give you guys a glimpse of how Mayhem works, we're just going to do a little small rotation, not actually taking this seriously. We're just going to see how it procs, see uptime, and like how it feels. So beforehand, the target that I'm currently targeting, it would actually proc Mayhem on this current target, but as you can see, it spawned on this target. Now, the reason why I think Mayhem is really good is because you see Rolling Havoc. Rolling Havoc's uptime and how long you can actually keep up to 10% is actually extremely good. Well, that's a little strange. I didn't know Rolling Havoc could proc on targets I haven't hit yet, but but okay. But yeah, so basically you can weave in more single target spells like Immolate, Flags, Incinerate, and it'll keep you rolling Havoc, uh, staying at 10 stacks. And as you can see, like, it's just sitting at like 10 stacks. Yeah, I'm not really weaving in, like Rain of Fires, but the fact that I've had 5 stacks for the last 20 seconds is kind of crazy. So basically, that's the basis of how it works. And the reason why I think Mayhem could see a lot of play in M plus and be very useful is if you're in a key where there's a lot of pure ST, not a lot of two target prio damage, and you're looking for high sustain of damage output on AoE, I honestly think Mayhem will be extremely good. Um, the only issue is Mayhem isn't that good when it comes down to Cry Havoc. Cry Havoc is really good for prio burst dam. Um, certain rating counters like Kura Grim Totem, where there's like 2 to 3 targets out at once. Cry Havoc is definitely, in my opinion, probably more useful in that situation. But for all the keys that I've currently tested, I honestly feel like Mayhem is probably the go-to talent. The proc chance is high. The amount of like uptime you get for Rolling Havoc is extremely high. Here, let me dismiss my pet here. And then let's go into auras. So Rolling Havoc, for about a minute, I haven't really been DPSing, but the uptime for Rolling Havoc is 42% 1 minute. I was DPSing for about 2 minutes, so we'll say it's about like a 50% uptime. It refreshed 35 times, which means basically Mayhem is proccing before the old duration of Rolling Havoc actually fell off, and it was continuously cycling through more than one stack, and it was keeping up with like 6%, 8% to 10% damage increase, which is insane. Now, this is only 4 targets. Imagine like 20. For example, in the key, Algathar Academy if you do a big pull and you can keep up this 10% damage on the tree boss or all the lashers and like the small plants, you could be sustaining some big damage here. As well as you're getting more charge in because your mayhem is up. It's not spawning on your current target, so your mayhem is actually helping you generate more shards. And the reason why is because when you incinerate, fire and brimstone does proc on the mobs around it, right? But when you incinerate and there's a havoc involved or a mayhem proc, you're actually getting more shards from the havoc slash mayhem proc than you would if it was only generating from fire and brimstone. Which over the course of the next part that we're going to go over, which is the how it feels, the damage output of it, it feels pretty good. You're getting more rains out. I noticed from the previous build that I did a video on, I was getting more charge in during my burst windows. I was getting more charge in outside of my burst windows, which means your infernal is cycling down quicker, so you can use more infernals throughout a key because we're running Grand Warlock's design. Reign of Chaos feels really bad. I don't like playing this. It's basically gonna make you a 3-minute class, and in keys, being a 3-minute class is just not that good. But let's get into the damage profile, the output, and how it feels. Alright, so we're gonna do a 2-minute and 20-second DPS test, which is basically the same as my last video that I did. And I was doing about 102k, if I remember correctly. I used a potion, I ran a file, I had a food buff, and I have the exact same build as I currently do. The only difference is I'm running Mayhem instead of Havoc. Alright. So here we go. And if you guys have any questions or comments, anything you guys would like to ask, any tips you guys would like to know, please reach out to me down in the comments below, and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. But other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy this nice DPS test with Mayhem. Alright, so as you guys can see, I'm doing a little bit more damage. It is kind of RNG reliant, but overall, I honestly think that Mayhem, especially in massive AoE situations, is going to feel much better and outperform Havoc by maybe a 5-10% margin, depending on how big of packs that you're pulling and what type of pulls that you're actually doing with your group. So I'm running the same exact gear, haven't changed anything. I'm running the same talents. The only difference is Mayhem and Pandemonium, and that's it. Honestly, I think Mayhem's going to look really, really good for keys, especially the keys that are coming out. I think the only place you may not use Mayhem is probably, let me see, it's Dragonflight Season 1. I don't think you'll want to use Mayhem in Halls of Valor. The um the way this key is right now is the pools aren't very big. There's a lot of small trash pools, but that could be subject to change. I think I'm still probably going to play Cry Havoc and Havoc in this key. But for every other key, Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, I think Mayhem's really good. Temple of the Jade Serpent, just from playing it back in MOP, I think Mayhem's going to be insanely good here. I think Mayhem's going to be insanely good in the no-code offensive. I think Mayhem's going to be insanely good in Azure Vaults. I think Mayhem's going to be insanely good in Ruby Life Pools. I think Algothor Academy Mayhem will be miles ahead of Havoc just because of the actual overall output throughout a key. Court of Stars, it could be Cry Havoc / Havoc instead of Mayhem, but we'll have to see. Haven't done any testing in Court of Stars yet, but as soon as I do, I will definitely get back to you guys and let you know what I think. But thanks for watching, and as always, if this video helped you out, was entertaining, or if you just like listening to my voice, please consider dropping a like and subscribing and hitting that bell button. It helps a lot. Just want to say thank you to everyone for helping me hit 200 subs, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Peace.